If you would like to get in a queue to ask a question, you may do so now. And we'll begin with Stephen Goff from the Washington Post.
Hey guys, thanks for your time.
Pressure makes
What?
diamonds.
Weston, what do you think of, first of all, what do you think of Ricardo's artwork?
I feel like the artist probably had everything to do with it, and Pepi had none.
Good. And second of all, you're not going to get a lot of chances to play, big clubs from Europe over the next couple of years. How important, even though it's only a friendly, is it to play Germany and perhaps measure yourself heading into the coming years and Copa America next year?
I think it's a great opportunity for us. Obviously, beforehand, we always compared ourselves in terms of, we wanted to compete with top level countries and around the world, and I think the identity that we want to take on now, just like we changed our motto for the next 4 years leading up to the World Cup. I think for us, we want to show that to win games against these top level teams, that we expect ourselves to win these games now instead of just competing with them. So I think it's a great opportunity to kind of see where we're at. And try and make that come true and win these type of games, because of the type of games that we have to win to advance the program forward, to advance ourselves forward, and to be successful in the coming years.
Next will be Seth Bertelny from Pro Soccer Wire.
Thanks, Michael. Weston, last month you were sitting next to Tim Weah. You said he was the starting wingback at Juventus and you were the backup. And after that, you ended up starting a number of games in a row at wingback with Tim coming in for you. And so I'm wondering kind of how that dynamic has been for you two over the last couple months. And also, what was it like to finally get the chance to play alongside Tim at the weekend?
Soccer's a funny sport. It's one of those things that, me and Tim, we have a great bond together. On and off the field, we understand each other, and whether one's starting or one's not, we continuously still push each other, and are happy for each other as well. So it's definitely good. Like you said, the last game that we were able to be on the field at the same time, just to be able to showcase the connection that we have, like we did in preseason as well. So hopefully we'll see more of that in the future and going forward.
Next will be Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Thanks, Michael. Gentlemen, thank you for the time as always.
You look comfortable.
Ricardo, I'm curious how things have been for you at PSV so far this season, not just having Malik Tillman and Serginho Dest with you, but having Ernie Stewart there, and the vote of confidence perhaps that he gave in you by wanting to sign you and going to all the work that he did to bring you there.
Yeah, it's been great, to be honest. It's always good to have some other people, to have some teammates, of course, at a club level, and also having Ernie there, that I think I have a good relationship with him as well. But yeah, it's been great, to be honest, and very excited to get to work with him in the future.
We actually don't have a coffee sponsor at the moment, but if you're interested, please also reach out to Wes. You can DM him on Instagram.
Right, sponsored by
next
podcast.
Will be Doug McIntyre from Fox.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for doing this, guys, as always. You both played in Germany in the past. Obviously, Germany's a great team, but what, if anything, does that add to the matchup? For both of you, if you could both answer that. And then Weston, just curious your thoughts on your early impressions on Leonard Maloney. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No, go ahead.
I think, like you said, we both have history in Germany, so it's definitely a good opportunity for us to be able to play against guys that we've played at the club level, played against, played with. Leon Goretzka, for instance, for me was like a big brother to me when I was coming through the ranks of Schalke. So it's going to be nice to be able to see him and play against him as well, and maybe be able to say some some bad words to him in German, just to refresh in my memory of how it used to be. And as far as Leonard, I mean, he's been doing good. He seems like, in my eyes, and I think in the world of soccer, like Germans are like a workhorse type of game. And he's definitely shown it in training. He's been fitting in well. He's been making good plays, breaking up plays. What's expected of him, and obviously the coaching staff believe in him just like we believe in him as well. Anybody that comes in and wears a crest, anybody that comes in and wears the crest knows that it comes with a big responsibility and it's not taken lightly. So for him to come in, not shy away from the opportunity, not shy away from the game and being involved and getting in tackles and stuff like that, it's good to see.
We'll go to Charlie Bone from MLSsoccer.com.
Yes.
Hey guys, thanks for your time today. Ricardo, I wanted to ask, it's been such an up and down, eventful, I guess, career for you, especially since you moved to Europe, and it seems like you found a good place and a way to work through the challenges. And I wonder what you've learned in this past year or two that's helped you manage that. And then Weston, could you speak a little bit about the guy next to you, fellow Texan boy who's kind of gone across a similar road as you?
I mean, you're first. So go ahead.
Yeah, last couple of years I've been, like you said, kind of a roller coaster, going from Germany to the Netherlands and then, making my move to PSV, of course. Yeah, I've learned a lot about, how to stabilize my mentality a lot, from not playing a little bit, growing up as a person, getting to fit into different cultures. So, it's just been a growing moment that, I feel like it's helped a lot off the pitch.
Oh, you finished? You left that sentence off like you're going to keep going. No, I think for this guy, I wouldn't say that he's taking a similar journey or similar route. Obviously, and a lot of players are making the jump over to Europe right now. But it's nice to see and nice to have in camp. At one point in camp, we had a lot of guys from FC Dallas representing the country and playing at high-level clubs. And right now, just to see him, like he said, it's not easy jumping around and going from place to place, but I think he's found a good spot, a good rhythm. And also, like he said, to be able to have a growing and learning experience playing at these different clubs and being successful and scoring goals as a striker, it's important, especially coming into camp for him as well, being on a high note and leaving PSV and with the track record that he's had so far. So obviously to see that he's made the jump over. I mean, when did you go over there? You went over there like 3-4 years ago, no? Yeah, over to Europe.
I was 18.
Yeah, so I mean, he's come a long way, and it's good to see that we have players around us that have the same ambition, have the same desires, same mentality, and to pushing themselves to the limit and trying to be successful at it.
We'll go to Mike Whitala from Soccer America.
Thank you very much. Ricardo, can you compare the soccer and your experience in Holland compared to Germany on the field, like the style, tactics, and how the defenders play, and also off the field, like your social life or the food, stuff like that?
Yeah, so, I think in Germany, the way they play a little bit is more physical. You see defenders are they're a lot bigger, they're a lot stronger. So, and then tactically, they're very, organized. I feel in the Netherlands, there's the way they want to do things is they just want to keep the ball. They want a lot of possession. They want to be able to play the nice football, they call it. So yeah, I think that's the biggest difference.
Next will be Simone Sandri from Gazzetta dello Sport.
He reads a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, for Weston, I was just wondering, how was your off season? There were rumors that you were gonna leave Juventus, and then you actually go to camp and you became, again, I guess, one of the most important players for Allegri. Allegri said himself, and also next week you'll play Juventus AC Milan with 4 Americans, 2 on each team. Do you guys? I guess how big is for U.S. soccer, and do you guys talk in camp about that game?
I mean, my preseason, like I said, football is a funny sport. My preseason, I mean, I just really wanted to come back into Juventus and kind of. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to come back into Juventus and prove, that I can hang, that I can, show myself, and that I still deserve to play at a level like that. And I think obviously I'm not a player that shies away from people doubting me or shying away from challenges. So it was good to be able to come back and kind of prove that I still belong, that I can still play at that level. And obviously me and Christian and Tim and Eunice, we don't really talk about the game, to be fair. I mean, all the focus is here. Obviously, we'll probably talk about it on the flight back. Most of the time, the conversations that we have is just trying to beat jet lag and how to be prepared for the next game. So I think we'll have a little bit more banter back and forth whenever it gets closer to the time. So, yeah.
We'll take a few more questions and continue with Henry Bushnell from Yahoo.
Thanks, Michael. Ricardo, I got a question for you. You've been coming off the bench and scoring off the bench for both club and country a lot recently. I'm sure you'd love to start for both, but is that the type of thing that you get more comfortable doing over time, coming off the bench? And are there things that you've learned about how to approach a game when you don't exactly know what your role is going to be?
He's practically calling you a bench warmer.
Nah, man, to be honest, it's one of those things where, you just have to assume your role. And, I feel like at the moment, that's my role, both for club and country, like you said. So, I just have to be prepared for whatever opportunity I get. And, that's my mentality.
Next to be Kyle Bond from Sporting News.
Thanks, Michael. Hey, guys. Weston, for you, the U.S. midfield has really grown its depth over the last couple of years. A lot of players like yourself and others who can fit a number of different roles. Eunice can play deeper, move higher up. Gio can move around. What do you think your favorite role is? And then what kind of boost is it for your team to have guys that can fill a number of different spots?
My favorite role for sure is to play an 8, both sides of the ball. I won't say that I don't do well, but I'm someone that just likes to be free. Should roam around the field, and I feel like I have a good understanding of the game, a good vision of the game, and know where I'm needed at certain points and where I'm not. So I think, really? And so and also your other question, I think it's really good and helps the team a lot that we have so many players in the midfield that can play so many different roles. That just shows the depth that we have and the quality of players that we have. I think this team in general is such a selfless team in terms of, whatever role or whatever is called upon for each player to do, the players will do without hesitation and try and do it to the best of their ability. I think that's also why you see around all the different leagues at club level that many of the U.S. players can play many different positions, is because, at the end of the day, we want to win games. And if me playing as a 6, me playing as an 8, me playing as a right back is going to help the team do that, then that's what we're going to do, and we always do to the best that we can.
We'll go to Orlando Castellan Arellano.
Gracias. Thank you, Michael. Para Ricardo, Ricardo, ¿qué tan importante es esta fecha FIFA para ustedes, el tener dos selecciones importantes, una selección africana y esta selección alemana, para lo que viene de National Leagues en noviembre, y tener una mejor preparación para lo que es Copa América para Estados Unidos? ¿Y qué has visto de Alemania? ¿Qué sabes? ¿Cómo jugarle el día sábado a Alemania para poder tener esa confusión que ha tenido últimamente bien el equipo de Estados Unidos?
Sound like 6 questions in one, bro.
That was just one long question. Sí, claro, creo que, bueno, es un juego muy importante, los dos, creo que son los juegos que queremos tener como selección. El equipo creo que está muy emocionado para jugar esos partidos. Lo que hemos visto un poco de ellos es que, sabemos cómo juegan, sabemos que son jugadores altos, fuertes, físicos. Sabemos que son buenos con la pelota, pero creo que también nosotros somos buenos y tenemos muchos jugadores que tienen calidad. Nos prepara obviamente porque son oponentes que son fuertes, son uno de los mejores del mundo, creo que nos prepara bien para lo que viene.
Cabrón, I didn't know you spoke Spanish like that.
We're going to have to get a barista more often before we do our
Yo, yeah, this guy, yeah.
Last question today comes from Andrew Jones. Should be a highlight.
The Weston Rico Comedy Hour has been incredible.
Oh, man.
For that, first with Ricardo, Christopher Lund said he had to do his initiation song last camp. So what was Leonard Maloney's initiation song, if any? And Weston, for you, wanted to ask you, what's your thoughts of how Christian almost was in goal for AC Milan on Saturday with Olivier Giroud playing goalkeeper in that situation? And if you throw a pass to the Tim Weah up the field, who will be better, Tim Weah as a receiver or Christian Pulisic as a goalkeeper?
Oh gosh. I mean, honestly, I can't say nothing bad about Christian in goal because I mean, we're athletic people. Americans are athletic most of the time, so I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably has the best hands on that team besides the goalkeepers. But obviously his height works against him in the goal. I don't even think I'm that much taller, to be fair. But at the same time, I think it wouldn't have been a bad idea. It was just been a little bit more frightening thing because then could have been susceptible to injury. Injury.
Energy is mad, bro.
To injury, and then wouldn't be able to come into camp. So glad he didn't have to go in goal. But I think he would have done a good job if he would have had to as well. And who would be better? I think. I don't know. Timmy a little with the hands. I don't know. So I still got to go in with just because he's my teammate on club level as well. I'd say Timmy catching a pass upfield.
And when it comes to initiation, we haven't really gotten there, so we'll see what it's like. Hopefully it's not a German song.
Ha ha ha. That was so funny.
That was supposed to be funny, my guy. So we want to talk about energy.
All right. Thanks to Wes and Ricardo. Again, apologies for our delay in joining you today. Reminder, we do not have media availability tomorrow. We resume 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday with a press conference with Greg Burrell. Thanks and have a good afternoon.